This woman is about to choose a career over a cheating fiance, but years later, he comes begging. So this girl, her name is Adaeze. Adaeze is a very brilliant and focused lady, but her problem is she is deeply in love with a man who is cheating on her. After years of practicing as a Nigerian nurse, she is writing a professional exam to qualify her to practice as a nurse in the US. She is so dedicated to paying her parents' bill because she feels so indebted to them after years and years of their sacrifice. In the middle of all this ambition, there is one thing she does not joke with, and that is her boyfriend, Chinedu. Now, Chinedu runs a car importation business, and all he cares about is living his life to the fullest, clubbing and doing whatever he likes without restrictions. Now, even in a relationship, he's still very close to his ex-girlfriend, Kemi. Kemi used to be a chef, and she's always showing up with food for him. Adaeze is so busy with her work and books that she doesn't even have time to notice how close they are. She tells herself that Chinedu loves her and doesn't have time for any other person. She ignores the red flag, convincing herself that her investment in this relationship is worth it. But something happens one night on Chinedu's 30th birthday. He's having a house party at his friend's house, and Adaeze leaves early because she was on duty that evening, promising to come back later. She returns tired after her shift around midnight, eager to celebrate with her man, only for her to meet the shock of her life. She walks into the house, and there is Kemi in her nightwear. She looks so comfortable, as if she lives there. Before Adaeze can even open her mouth to speak, Kemi smells and tells her that they can share the same bed. And the worst part is, Chinedu doesn't shout or defend Adaeze. He wasn't even surprised. He acts like it is very normal, and Adaeze finds it very hard to believe that she storms out of the house. The next morning, she receives a call from Kemi telling her to stay away from her man. She tells her she is just a side chick. Adaeze didn't even know what to say. A few hours later, Chinedu calls trying to explain. He says Kemi has anxiety issue and that she depends on him emotionally. That it is not what Adaeze thinks it is. It tells her not to overreact, that she is the one that he truly loves. And again, she believes the lies and stays. 6 months later, Chinedu proposes. He does it exactly how she loves it. He proposes to her at a rooftop restaurant, all fancy with fairy lights and champagne. In her heart, Adaeze is scared of this decision, but against what she thinks, tells him yes. She convinces herself that marriage will settle everything, that once they are official, Kemi will disappear for good. She believes everything she tells herself, imagining herself as Mrs. Okoro, American nurse, wife, and mother. Together, they start the stressful process of applying for a US visa. 3 times, the embassy rejects them, saying their financial ties aren't strong enough. With so much frustration, Chinedu tells her to apply a loan through the nursing shortage program. He tells her not to worry and promises he will join her later through reunification. Adaeze throws herself into the process, 2 years of paperwork, exams, interview, and sleepless nights. And finally, she received the US work visa. It feels like a dream come true. She starts planning her departure, buying everything she needs for the journey, and constantly updating her parents, who are already bragging to their relatives that their daughter is going to America. Then something shocking happens. Kemi calls her only a week before her flight and tells her she's 3 months pregnant with Chinedu's baby. And she didn't even sound sober at all. Adaeze nearly faints from shock, and she feels like all her plans are on hold. That day, she sits in her flat thinking about what to do. She's thinking if she throws away her ticket to America because of this man who has been lying to her all along, or if she should stay in Lagos and fight Kemi for a marriage that hasn't even started properly. She's also thinking if she should chase the dream her parents sacrificed everything for, but she decided that she was going to choose herself. On the day of her flight, she packs her bag, boards Virgin Atlantic, and leaves Chinedu behind. She doesn't look back, even though she cries all through her journey. Life abroad wasn't easy at first. She's struggling to balance between work and settling in. She misses home so much, but she's determined. She buries herself in work at the hospital. She wins her colleagues' respect very, very quickly, and her dedication is very obvious. She's constantly video calling home, hearing her father's prayer and her mother's encouragement. She sends divorce papers to Chinedu through her lawyer. Slowly, she starts rebuilding her life. She's able to buy her own car and move to her apartment. She even wins an award at her workplace. She makes new friends and builds a small community. Every day she grows further from the girl who once cried over a man's betrayal. After 2 years, Adaeze is now a child nurse, earning $75,000 a year, respected in her hospital and loved by her peers. Then one evening, she received a WhatsApp call. It's a video call from Chinedu. Even if she doesn't want to, she picked the call. She looks tired, worn, and his shoulders are heavy. It tells her that he's married to Kemi and the child is theirs, but his car importation business has collapsed. He's broke, frustrated, and wants a way out. Then he says something he shouldn't have. Ada, you know our marriage was never annulled. Help me get to America. You were always the smart one. Ada even looks around the apartment. She sees a framed nursing award on the wall, a car key on the table, a picture with her new American friend smiling back at her. She is so happy with her decision and how far she has come. She realizes she has already started over. Calmly, she tells Chinedu she has already started over without him, and with that, she ends the call and blocked his number forever. 6 months later, her parents visit her during Christmas, and they are so glad to see how well their daughter is doing. Her father sits in her living room overwhelmed and finally admits in Igbo, some women are meant to build empire, not just family. Adaeze smiles, the pain of the past replaced by the joy of the present. On New Year Day, she meets a new Nigerian nurse who arrived nervous and carrying her immigration bag. Adaeze hugs her and says warmly, "Welcome to America, sister. It's not easy, but we will survive." And just like that, she passes on the strength she fought so hard to find. Here is the advice for the day. At the end of the day, love should never cost you your dignity. If a partner constantly puts you in a situation where you have to compete for space in their life, that is not love. It is manipulation. No amount of apologies or shiny ring can cover up for repeated disrespect. Have a great one, guys.